Hello buddies, bidettes and everybody in between, welcome back to some RNR with me. It's not much, it's been a lot lately, honestly, which is also why I'm doing more and more of these, like, small little community streams. Because I seriously cannot get more done. There's been a lot. Especially since my overall focus for streams and other stuff and basically career paths has shifted quite a lot. Yes, oh, but shit. And yeah, that's why I haven't been really online and streaming a lot. I'm very sorry for that. Hi Shag, hi Kitsune. How are your injuries, Shag? I've seen 3 dragons in my dreams. What do you mean, 3 dragons? Just like that or what? Break it down for us, Keeks. Let me start basically from the beginning of this month. I had a lot of fucking pressure on my plate. In terms of my family made me a lot of pressure. Rightfully so, by the way. And basically, I had so many projects going on at once that eventually it was pretty hard to like keep everything intact. And then I had to set priorities. And I'm sorry if that's something that you don't like to hear, but wait, what the fuck? And yeah, the problem is that I had to set priorities and streaming just wasn't a priority for me. I'm very sorry, but that's just how it is currently on my end. Oh my god, oh no, never mind, you have chat here, good. But yeah, it's been a lot. I had to make some drawbacks or some priorities here and there, and streaming just wasn't one, because streaming doesn't give me any money, and for the near future it doesn't look like it's getting me any money, so yeah. It's been a lot. Also something I've been working on is what is happening tomorrow. This is some good news. Tomorrow, 15 o'clock Central European time. This is the first cast or broadcasted game of my league team. If you haven't seen that yet, go check that out. It's gonna be tomorrow, 15 o'clock Central European time, and you can see me and my team play. It will be broadcasted from the Lone Wolf. You might know the Lone Wolf from my what was it? Little Company streams. He's a good friend of mine. And I asked him if he wanted to cast the games, and he was like, yeah, sure. Let's do that. Small little disclaimer. He is not a professional. It's just an experiment that we figured that it would be fun. And since many of you were asking for League of Legends and the views when we played League of Legends, even though I played really bad, it was not bad, honestly. So yeah, tomorrow, 15 o'clock Central European time. Make sure to check that out. And I hope we're gonna stomp the enemy team, but I'm a minute, I don't know. They don't give many infos on what they do, really, which is hard. Hi, Sir Wilhelm. Glad you made it this time on time, so we can spend some time together, which is really nice. And I enjoyed your company last time you were here. Promise will be solved soon. I wish for that. You're one of a kind, Perma. Thank you, my man. Whatever makes you say that, since you're here for a very short time. But if that is your first impression, I think it's a win in my book, and I really appreciate that, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Mythics. How are you? Are you back home and you have more time now? Because that was the entire story for February, right? You were like always on the move and always like somewhere, or always busy and busy, and you couldn't make the streams. Even though there's like not many. Yeah, I'm back. Okay. Let's go. We also have to play Lethal Company then. At some point. I owe you that. We talked about it. I said I owe you, and I owe you still. I'll see what I can do, okay? But yeah, exciting news for... Yeah, that's also why I wasn't online yesterday. Yesterday there was basically... It wasn't really a job fair. Let's just say, like, a company, a really big company, a local company, basically made a day where they said, hey, everybody who's looking for a job, just come here. We're gonna talk to you. We're gonna present ourselves to you. And the hidden message was basically, if you can also make a good impression there. And that's why I went there. And then I went there. And I entered the door and there were like 2 workers that were already like employed. And they were like, I was like, hey, hi, where do I have to go for the meetings? They were like, yeah, follow me, don't worry, it's not that far. My man, we were like literally, we were like on the side of the building, and from the side of the building to the lobby, we walked like 5 to 10 minutes. That's how fucking big this entire complex was. And from there on out, he was like, yeah, that's my day now. I'll be here for tomorrow. And then he left. But yeah, basically, he just walked me for like 5 minutes. And then I was like in the lobby. And there were like tons of other employees? Yeah, employees. And they were basically, hey, there's like a job speed dating that's happening in the cafeteria. And let's just go there and you can make a first impression there. Okay. Then she took me to the cafeteria. I was like, how do you even get around here? How much time did you spend just figuring out where the fuck you're going? And she was like, yeah, it takes some time, but eventually you will get there. But even if you do and you know where you need to go, if somebody tells you, hey, go somewhere where you have never been, well, then you're back to 0. And that happens fairly often, I guess, which is kind of fun, to be honest. And then we finally reached the cafeteria, and she was like, yeah, take a look around, there's food there, take some if you like. And there was basically 6 tables set with like employers that you could talk to. And I basically sat down on a table where there was 3 employers and basically 7 other people that wanted to know something about the jobs they were presenting there. And then we started talking, and I think I was the one that was asking the most questions, only to show that I'm interested. And then it was like 16 o'clock when I arrived. And when I was, and suddenly like quarter to 17, like 17:15, somebody was like, yeah, we're gonna give you a tour now, and show you a few things here and there. Who wants to go with? And basically the 3 guys that were sitting on the other side of the table, the employers, were basically like, hey, okay, you 8 people, you should definitely go. It's highly recommendable. And I was like, okay. Also because like I knew that if those 8 people go and the tour is over and we go back to the cafeteria where the job interviews are made, or not job interviews but these like presentations, I knew that nobody is there then. So I have these 3 for myself and I can make a good impression. So yeah, I was going there and it was really interesting. Because it's like kind of old. It's kind of an old company, but they recently like restructured and basically became a part of like a bigger company. So they got a massive money injection. They have a bunch of like, they went on a recruiting spree. And while you go through the entire process or through the entire building, you can see like, okay, this is from the beginning. This is a bit newer, but it's still old. And this is like brand new. This has been built like, I don't know, 3 years ago. which was really fucking interesting, to be honest. And then it was like 2 hours later, the tour was concluded, or the tour was finished. And basically, most of the attendants just left. And I was like, okay, this is my chance. Go back to the cafeteria, talk to them, especially about your depression, because you want to have you want to make a good impression. But you also, like in Germany, it's pretty commendable if you're like open and just speak your mind and be basically you cooperate with everybody. So I was like, yeah, okay. I went there. I sat down. I was completely alone with the three, and we talked for like half an hour. And the last thing the guy said to me was like, "Yeah, you make a pretty straight impression. I really like that you were this open about your mental well-being. But I'm also like curious to see what you can do. So yeah, just throw in an application. I will see that it's yours, and we will talk about it, or you'll probably get an invitation." I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool. That's fun." So that was the first highlight. Then I was like, okay, perfect. Me go back to forum, to the lobby. And basically, what you had to do, you had to what is it? What's the word? You have to basically sign in to get there. And the first I was in the lobby, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going now. Have a nice day." And they were like, "Hey, 1 second. Do you have a second for a survey? Like how was it for you? Like a bit of like basically a sheet of paper where there were a few questions and you can give feedback." And then they're like, "Hey, here's a goodie bag as well." I filled in the paper, and they were like, "What's your name?" I was telling them my full name, and they were like, "Oh, you're in luck. Well, you won the fucking lottery." Not the lottery, but basically they had like a, what was it? They had a giveaway. You could win a giveaway. And yeah, I won it. Like the first 100 sign-ins, or the first 100 people who signed in, were basically then rolled into whoever got the giveaway, and I won for some reason. So they got like with like one giant basket full of products of them, which is like mostly food power banks, I don't know, bottles and stuff like that. And I was like, "Oh, well, wow, cool, thanks." And that's basically the last impression I had of them. And then I had to fucking run for my life, because I think it was like 18:20 at that point. I still had to get home, I had to eat, and around 19 o'clock I had to be back. So basically that was rough, getting back there. But yeah, that's the entire story, and I'm pretty happy about how it went. Which is cool. So are you a great asset to them? I hope so. It all depends on what they think of my... Like, it comes down to... Do they accept me even though I have a massive hole in my CV? Which basically comes down to, do they give me the chance to make like an internship or something like that? But I think I made a good impression. The guy really enjoyed the time with me. At least he said so. I can only see his head. Or... So yeah, we'll see. The first impression is the one that matters. I hope so. I mean, the first impression is a lot, yeah. Especially when it comes to jobs. But it's not all that matters. Like, if you have a good first impression, but then you just slack off while being in training, like, you're just gone faster than you can say waffles. Hi Emma, welcome to the stream. It's been a while. How are you? I like that we have Sir Wilhelm and Heather in chat. That's funny. I mean, Keeks, it was a very good first impression, don't you think? I think... I don't know. Because it's still... We were still talking about depression, you know? Like, you have to understand that from a financial point of view, or for a corporate entity, for basically any corporate entity, or basically any company, if somebody comes in and says, I was dealing with depression, and I was in therapy, it's always a risk to take that person. Because how do you know that this guy is fully healed? How do you know this guy stays mentally okay? But on the other hand, you cannot just lie to them, or at least to me, they deserve to know. That might be stupid. You might think that is stupid, but to me, that is just how it is. And they might be like, "Oh shit, he has depression. Fuck, we should probably not take him." Or they could be like, "Hey, he was open about it. He other than that, he made a good impression. So yeah, let's give him a chance." You know, I don't know. I hope the second part is what they thought about me, but I can't say for sure. But I think it was a fine impression. I'm good. What about you, Kix? I'm quite fine. I'm a bit stressed out because there's a lot happening currently, which is also why I haven't been on stream, and I just have like thrown in 1 or 2 chill streams here. I've been busy organizing things. For example, the new soccer team I'm a part of. I had to do lots and lots with jobs and applications, and after that, honestly, you just also have to have some free time, right? And yes, most of my days I spend spending my free time in on stream, but I don't have that much. Or if I have free time, it's mostly my friends telling me, "Hey, let's do something," and yeah, I can't really turn down my friends. But yeah, I'm trying to get more into streaming in the next few days. Tomorrow, for everybody who's just joined, tomorrow, 15 o'clock Central European time, we're gonna have an event hosted by the Lone Wolf, which is basically just me and my friends playing Prime League. And it's gonna be casted by the Lone Wolf, which is gonna be... I hope it's gonna be fun. We'll see how it turns out. And I hope we're gonna put a good show on. The difficult part is one of our team members is missing. Basically, he can't attend. But so tomorrow we're gonna have a substitute for him. And I'm gonna be off-roll. Which is gonna be weird, but I'm very comfortable on that off-roll normally. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But a lot of preparation went into this. I hope you're gonna enjoy it. The secret to my happiness is not thinking about everything too much and keeping my head busy. I've seen you. I see you learn from the best, I guess. Hi, Hunter. How are you? Glad you made it. How are you, foul tarnished? I'm okay. I would say I'm okay. I'm not good, I'm not bad. It's fine. Geeks, did you ever think about watching anime? Yeah. I had the thought twice. The first one was when I saw like little bits and snippets of Spy X Family. The concept to me was just fun. But eventually like the interest faded because I never like did it because it's anime, and anime always goes like in terms of how they express themselves, like they overdo it in my opinion. So I was like, eh. And then the next time I got interest into anime was when Cyberpunk released, Cyberpunk Edge Runners. And I was like, it's anime. It is interesting because it's a game, or it's based on a game, I guess. So it can be interesting, but yeah, it's still anime. And then I saw a YouTube video from a German YouTuber basically said, "Oh, the best show since Arcane," and it was basically Edge Runners. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's give it a watch. Why not? And I completely like inhaled the first season, and it was so bad that I never touched anime ever again. So yeah, I thought about it, and I've given it one chance, but that chance was so ruined, was so bad, or that experience was so bad, that I immediately dropped it again. It's just not my stuff. What is anime? Is it a new weapon in the Elden Ring DLC? It's a new spell. It basically turns you into a woman with big milkers and very big eyes. And for some reason your only language is Japanese. Can I recommend an anime for you? Sure, I'm always open for recommendations, but I can't promise that I'll watch it. Oh yeah, Ramadan is coming in 10 days. Ramadan Kareem in advance. If anybody gives 2 bowls of shit, like that edition made me chuckle. I never heard of it. It sounds interesting and perverted. Yeah, exactly. I can't pronounce these Japanese names, so no, I haven't heard of it. But Kitsune, something I can, like, I know you're on the same page as me in terms of what we watch, except for anime. Have you watched Hilda? Any Hilda watchers in chat? The loathsome dung eater would give a shit, Have. True. But yeah, Kitsune, if you haven't watched Hilda, I can highly recommend it to you. It's a very, very small series it's just very, 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 very neatly made. It's pretty tame at the beginning, but the longer the series goes, the better it gets. Especially it's about this girl called Hilda, and she's basically grew up in the wilderness with her mother in a house, like in the middle of nowhere, basically. And eventually, because the wilderness around them just doesn't really appreciate them, or just some unfortunate things happened, they have to move into the city, which is of course completely weird for Miss Wilderness, and she basically has to adapt to situations and drags like the city, her city friends back down the road of, hey, let's have an adventure every day, even though they may not like to. And the character that basically carries this entire series is actually, you wouldn't believe me, it's actually Hilda's mom, which is called Joanna. That woman fucking carries that series so shitting hard. Honestly, I was so surprised when, like, yesterday I finished watching the entire series in the last season. And it was so fucking good, and this woman just got layer upon layer and layer and layer. This series shouldn't have been called Hilda, it should have been called Joanna. Yes, Hilda gets more screen time, but Joanna is just... There's Joanna, then there's... then there's a big gap, then there's maybe Hilda, or maybe her aunt, and then there's nothing below that. It's so insane how she single-handedly carries the entire last season and makes this entire series so good. It's insane. I heard of it, but I never watched it. Seems pretty chill though. You mean Hilda or what Kitsune said? Because Hilda is very chill. Like if you want to have a good time and you want to relax a bit, watch Hilda. It strikes a good balance between having like fun, neat little adventures here and there, and like really having moments that you have to think about twice or thrice. Like sometimes I think like this series is for 6-year-olds. What the fuck? They don't even understand half the shit they spit out sometimes, which is wild. I am hearing some new names. Elden Ring has so much variety, my goodness. I look into it. It is actually, like most of the cartoons are actually for 6-year-olds, but they are way weirder. It is basically made for 6-year-olds, but it's not. Because some of that shit is just like some shit that happens to some of the characters, or that happened to the characters, is just traumatizing. If you think about it. And also something that I can say without spoiling anything is, like, Hilda has blue hair. Her mother has brown hair. And I was like, hey, how does that happen? And then basically, I was like, okay, maybe her dad has blue hair for some reason. And then eventually they show, because basically it's just about Hilda and her mother, because her mother is basically the only parent that Hilda has. But then her dad shows up, and he doesn't have blue hair. And I was like, what the fuck? Where did Hilda get her hair color? And then basically the last few episodes, they reveal how Hilda got her hair color, or from what she got her hair color. But then I was like, okay, that makes sense. But why does Joanna now have brown hair? It's probably the same reasoning why Hilda has blue hair, but still, it was like this for some reason that bothered me. Because I don't know if you knew, but blue hair is not normal. Trust me, they explain it very well. They actually explain it in the series. Or they don't like specifically say, hey, this woman has blue hair because yes. But it's very apparent why. But like Kitsune, it's basically, this is also something I like about this world, like this entire world building. It looks like a normal world, like a normal Earth, but there's just enough change in it, so that you can say, oh, this is an interesting place to explore, and interesting places to see, and interesting creatures to meet and stuff like that. So the world building also carries that entire series. It's a good overall series. Maybe your message got deleted by... nothing got deleted, lol. I don't see it at least. A lot of the time, companies keep making shows with intricate stories and plots and characters with meaning, only to direct them to children. I wouldn't say so, no. I mean, there's certainly a lot of cases where that is actually true, yes. I agree with that. But there's just as many cases where it's basically not, that doesn't happen. Danny Phantom, for example, to me is something where they just don't have that. Disney's Film, or like all these like series that basically were on like Cartoon Network and stuff. Most of them. I don't say everyone. Another example for basically a show directed for kids, but actually talking about really heavy stuff, is, for example, Avatar. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, literally the first thing they said is that basically the Fire Nation basically committed, or basically wiped out an entire, like, culture. Which is wild if you think about it. Back in the day, I was like, oh, okay. But, oi. Is it an anime talk stream, Kicks? No, it's just a chill stream, and just basically any like animated series is currently. You can name everything. I also talked about Naimona a lot last time. I think we talked. Like, no, Naimona just is way heavier than, like, it's also made for children. But basically, one of the scenes basically deals with suicide, which is really fucking tough for like a series made for 6-year-olds. Are you kidding me, man? Like, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, sure, that is for 6-year-olds. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kicks, have you heard of Voices of the Void? No, I only hear the voices in my head. Hi, Edelweiss. Hey, it's been a while. How are you? I would like to see Avatar's story during the attack of the Fire Nation. I don't know if you can do a lot about that. It's probably like a one-off episode, though. I don't think you can make that into a full series or anything. I think the series already is like told in a very great way. You have every single character basically makes some form of development. And that's basically what drives this entire series, is that literally every single character makes progress on their journey. Like, for example, Katara gets better at basically waterbending, basically, and being a better person. Sokka learns. Sokka is probably one of the more advanced characters, because he like becomes a leader and actually accepts everybody that is around him. Before he was like especially towards women. Like, he was so used to the hierarchy of his like of his tribe. It's basically just men go hunting, men do work, and women stay home and do like wash my clothes or something, until he got beaten up by Suki. That's basically that was basically what turned this entire thing around. And he had to learn to be a leader because everybody was like, Aang is a kid, Katara is too soft to be a leader, and she's probably not that good at like, Sokka is just clever. That's why he needed to be a leader, or needed to become a leader, basically. And of course, Zuko. Who doesn't remember Zuko? Like, his entire like arc from villain to friend, which is really interesting. Emma, game suggestions. I really enjoy playing Slay the Spire, to be honest. Slay the Spire, everybody can play it, everybody can pick it up, and you can go from there. It's interesting. I like it's a good roguelike, in my opinion. Do you think they'll remove sexist Sokka in the live action? I think they did. I've seen a review of that series. I don't want to watch it myself, because I don't know why I should watch a series I've already watched just with normal human beings. I also can't like befriend the cast as much as I can the cast of Avatar: The Last Airbender, because they look so different. So I really don't watch it. Really don't want to watch it. But I think they removed this basically sexist side of Sokka. Hey Kicks, I'm fine with some stress due to moving to my new place. Oh, cool. Nice, but yeah. I hope you get that over soon. Like moving is just always stressful. Who is Spire and why are we slaying him? It's an Irish monument. And you basically ram a knife in there, and that's the entire game. No, I'm kidding. Slay the Spire is basically a roguelike game. A roguelike card game. It's basically a bit... You can compare it to Inscription, but you have more stuff to think about. It's not like a board... It's not like a board game. It's basically more of an adventure game. That makes sense. Oh, sorry, I thought we were recommending games to Keeks. No, not me. By the way, Keeks, when will the next game vote be? It depends. I'm currently not really looking at anything. I have two things planned with Lou. Lou just ordered some new PC parts. Like, I think he ordered parts for an entire PC. So look forward to the Elden Ring co-op run. And look forward to the Pokemon Soul Link. That's basically what we're gonna be doing. In the meantime, I'm trying to finish Inscription. And that's basically the plan for the short or immediate future. And here and there, you'll always see some League of Legends or the Prime League games that are going to be casted if we have the time for it. Or Code Vein if looking for something more Souls-like. There's also a game called Lies of P. I have never like looked into the game really all that much. But the game looks super fucking interesting. I don't know how it is though and what the game is about. But Lies of P is definitely a game that I would also recommend. Keeks, have you done all the quests in Elden Ring? Probably not. After the stream got concluded, I asked what chat still wants to see. And then basically they said, get the pizza cutter and kill Melina and kill Plastic Sacks. After that I was like, yeah, anything else? And they were like, nope, we're good. You did everything. But I now know I haven't like seen everything. For example, the sewers. There's like a sewer system somewhere. But yeah, that's it. Should I explain Lies of P to you? Lies of Pinocchio. Is that really the case? Because I have no idea. But basically, I don't want to know anything about the game. Kicks left Millicent to rot. True. I did. I didn't know what to do. Now I know what to do. I know there's like a golden needle you can pick up from oh, what was it? The one commander guy that we beat in like the Snorri area with the two phantoms. I don't know how he's called. Basically, if you kill him in a swamp, he drops a needle, and with that needle you can go to Millicent, ram it in her arm, in her rotten arm, give her a prosthetic, And then she can basically it's a path towards her entering the footsteps of Willenia, if I'm not mistaken. All Souls games don't have a person meter to track your progress. This is what I think where it kind of falls short. For example, in Hollow Knight, you basically never could track your progress, but as soon as you basically let the end credits roll, they've shown you your progress. The only weird thing is that basically you can go to like 130% or 123% or something like that. Which is what you have to figure out, but yeah, that's a bit weird, to be honest. They could have done that a bit better, in my opinion. Yeah, Hollow Knight does it, but only at the end when you're done with your playthrough, which is, in my opinion, a good way to basically check on the player. You basically leave him in the dark, you let him explore, you don't like put extra pressure on him, and when he's done with the game, he will see, oh, how well did I actually do, and then he can pursue like getting everything, which is, in my opinion, like the best system for that, in my opinion. Lying will make you human, and telling the truth will make you a puppet. Yeah, what the fuck? That's a wild concept for a game. It doesn't even look like that at all. Or I wouldn't have guessed as much. How the fuck Hollow Knight is a Souls-like? Yeah, it has Souls-like elements. For example, if you rest on a if you rest on a bench, I think everything respawns. If you die, your loot basically stays behind, and you have to pick it up again. It's very heavily based around the bosses, stuff like that. Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania Souls-like. There's a lot of Dark Souls in Hollow Knight's DNA. Yeah, true. I'm very excited for Silksong. I would definitely play Silksong. They said it's gonna be bigger than Hollow Knight. They also said that it's gonna be more versatile than Hollow Knight, which is what this entire series basically is about. Like that was so cool. Every area they did in Hollow Knight just felt completely different. Every area had a different vibe to it, which is just masterclass if you think about it. I didn't have that feeling in, for example, Elden Ring. Elden Ring is also pretty big, but they reused so many enemies that it was like, I guess. Cool. Like every time I saw the same enemy like from an early game area twice, I was like, okay, here we go again. And basically, Hollow Knight doesn't do that. You enter a new area, you get mostly new enemies. Which is super cool. Having a stamina bar or having difficult bosses doesn't make it a Souls-like. And that's not what I said. Also, Hollow Knight doesn't have a stamina bar, so... I also didn't say that it's hard. I said it's very heavily it revolves heavily around bosses. and how you deal with them. And you have the looting system, which is basically if you die, your loot stays behind and you can recollect it. But if you die twice in a row, basically your loot is gone. That is a mechanic that Dark Souls introduced. I think Dark Souls introduced that that mechanic first, which is like the main gameplay. I was not saying that to you. I said it. I said it in general. Okay, sorry then. I apologize. I want the dark feeling, the feeling of satisfaction after beating a boss. The beautiful lore. Yeah, that is true. That's something soul specific. But honestly, Hollow Knight also checks these boxes. At least in my opinion. Hollow Nest, as a whole, the area has pretty insane lore. That is also told in a very satisfying way. Some of the areas feel pretty dark, especially if you go deeper and deeper. And yeah, the feeling of satisfaction after beating a boss. I think we have to we have to say anything about that. They definitely have that. Nightmare King Grim, for example, is a good example of that. Or even like pure vessel is also pretty insane. There's no weapon crafting system. The enemies and bosses have good AI and lots of moves. I mean, there can also be weapon crafting, no, in Souls-like games. Because I don't think that like there being no weapon crafting in a Souls-like, I don't think that it makes it not a Souls-like. You know? You can still have weapon crafting. But to me, the main core gameplay is revolved around this entire loot system that you can lose your stuff. And you have to regain it. That's basically what makes... it's not everything that makes a Souls-like to me. But that's basically the main focal point. There's also other stuff, of course. Keeks, will you ever say to your subs, I command thee kneel? No, I will never. What the fuck? Music just died? We back, I guess? No, we're not. Ah, it's because Steam is downloading. I wanted to look something up. Okay, how about no then? King piss, cack and ball Steam, man. Never had such a long ass download. Jesus. But yeah, I will never say that everybody has to kneel to me or something. To me, that's stupid. We're all part of one community, and nobody should like be below somebody else. There's people who have more power than anybody else, but in the end, we're all human. So yeah. My condolences to the music family. What the fuck? Black Souls was next, Dark Spirits. That was a good one. The good thing about a crafting system being absent is that every weapon you pick up is different from the other, and there's no such thing as the same weapon but stronger / more durability. It depends on how you make the crafting. If you just say, yeah, just have a stick and some stone and yay, you have weapon, and you can make weapon into different shapes, yeah, then I would agree. But if you have a weapon system, a crafting weapon system, where you say, okay, there's certain aspects that you need for the base sword, that basically is like the Souls series, which is completely different, and then you have like small little assets that you can put on the sword. that basically give a little bit more of a personal or playstyle preference to it, which is harder to balance. But that would also eliminate the same weapon stuff, if that makes sense. It's all about how to implement stuff, in my opinion. I'm looking at Souls games currently. Most of the Souls game is really just, hey, here have the looting system that basically the Dark Souls series has. And then most of the other stuff is just varying from game to game. After any crafting system where you have 100 plus different things to craft is too complicated, and you might as well just present them as loot instead of trying to balance the game by choosing where to put the materials, how to get the blueprint, blah blah blah. If you want it like that, yeah, sure. I do agree, but who says you have to do that? Like, for example, if you have, imagine you would have Bloodborne with a weapon crafting system. For example, I don't know, you have the head of an axe with a convertible like stick, for example. I don't know, something like that, and then you have like different charms or power-ups that you can put on the weapon, and just have a small selection of weapons that have a high variety of play styles. You know what I mean? You don't have to put in like 20 different things for just one weapon. But you can make the weapon and then build around that. So, Willem, I'm going through some stuff lately, so it's kind of hard not to get offended easily. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, if everything is going south and everything is just against you, it's you can lose yourself in that pretty easily. I totally relate to that, and I'm very sorry you have to go through everything. I'm really, really sorry. Like, not losing yourself is hard, but it's important. Like, I've been there, yeah. I have very much been there. I'm very sorry for you. Like, what I also had to do something against that. And the route that or the path that I've taken to like deal with that is pretty radical, and I wouldn't recommend it for anybody else. Basically, what I did in order to fix that is just delete my entire personality overall, and just start anew and just watch people and what they do. Sadly, that also resulted in me not having any emotions anymore. So yeah, it has its drawbacks, but it's definitely the most it's definitely the most consequent way of dealing with something like that. But it's, of course, it's very hard, very hard. Should I keep my accent? I don't mind it really. It's the same. I think we had the discussion last time as well. To me, it's fine. Whatever makes you happy, you should. Why should we decide? It's your thing. It's whatever you want. I created this community to include people. So if you, and for people to feel like, for example, what you told us just now, that you're going through some stuff and you needed to vent a bit, or you get offended easily. It's just, yeah, that's just part of being a community, in my opinion, and I want everybody to feel comfortable. So if you feel comfortable with the accent, just do that. Do whatever you want. If it offends any one of you, are you kidding me? Why should an accent offend people, my man? That would be weird. That person would get banned by me personally. Yeah, your accent fucking sucks. Yeah. Pff. Who are you to decide what accent is right and which accent is not right? I also have an accent. I like my accent personally, and I just roll with it. Everybody who likes it, and everybody who doesn't. But then in the end, it's not my problem. What the fuck? Imagine. Hey, like someone, I can't. No, I can't. I will not go into that. No. Otherwise, I will start a like 3-hour rant about humans. I cannot do that right now. If offends someone, it's more up to them. Not able to accept something different, then you having to repress yourself. Yeah, repressing yourself is so toxic towards yourself. So, Purple Man, what is your favorite build in Elden Ring? I expect it to be strength, not a coward build. The first, I wanted to test all the weapons that I could in my first playthrough. It's also on the channel if you want to watch it. And I did a hybrid build of strength and dexterity. I think I had 40 dex and 40 strength. But I was almost only using the claymore. I was so, like, when I started the run, I was like, I'm gonna use so many different kinds of weapons, and I'm gonna look through all of them, analyze them, and stick with whatever makes me happy. And then I picked up the claymore, and then I didn't. I never dropped it. Yeah. But basically, that's also something I've heard is recommendable in the community, is beating the game just with a sword and nothing else, because incantations and shit like that is like giga broken. But I would probably say something like pyromancy. I really enjoy pyromancies. Even in like the Dark Souls 3 games, I really enjoy pyromancy. Pyromancy or strength builds. I think, changing topics, I think giving the protagonist of a horror game too many ways to defend himself destroys the hopeless vibe of the game. This is something, like, we have to talk about this, but a game that basically changed this entire thing from, like, Resident Evil going from room to room and exploring it that way, or basically having a third-person view on things. A game that changed or broke away from that and really put you in the spot was Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's put you in a corner and said, no, you don't have to go offensive and explore stuff and find weapons and basically ways to defend yourself. It puts you in a stock, in a corner. Yes, you have ways to protect yourself, but it's extremely limited. And then you have to figure it out from there on out. And it basically puts you in a corner and says, good luck. and it nails ambience and stuff like that. Yes, if you figure the mechanics out, some mechanics are really fucking cheap and you can go against them pretty easily. But basically the first few times you played Five Nights at Freddy's, you can't say that it didn't like put you in a spot and in a very uncomfortable position to be in. I have 5 accents: English, Spanish, French, English person speaking French, French person speaking Spanish. What the fuck? How do you do that? Is my question. Young man, a weak protagonist. What makes the game enjoyable? If you're one-shotting everything, where's the fun in that? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I mean, if you play Doom, it's fun. Basically going through the like hordes of demons and just ripping them apart is super cool. You can't deny that. And some, like, even if you have like a League of Legends game and you're like astronomically fed and you basically look at an opponent and make him blow up, that is also kind of fun. If Five Nights at Freddy's be like, good luck trying to fight a 500-kilogram metal robot with a bite with the pressure of a crocodile. Yeah, basically. Because I have to speak in three languages every day. Okay, then that makes sense. Sometimes it depends on the game and the world itself. I mean, world building is kind of the key to basically anything media, no? Which is why I don't like all these like series that basically say, here's Earth with generic characters. I hate these kind of series. Or movies or games. It's so boring. If you have a good world that is enjoyable to explore, that's like half the gameplay. Or half the series, half the enjoyment of basically anything in media. Like, for example, I follow a few artists on Instagram. And they just build a cool, interesting world. Most of them are basically stolen. For example, one of them is basically like youthful, or the time between Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, and basically what happened to like how Tenzin and Bumi and Kaya and was it Lin? Was the daughter of Toph called Lin? I think it was. Yeah, Lin Beifong. Yeah, true. And Lin, how they did in their like youth. Stuff like that. The other one is basically just Undertale and Deltarune collab. And the other one is basically just the Owl House. But it's fun. Or later stages of Owl House, which is really cool. And I like the visions they had. But most of that comes, or most of the enjoyment I get out of these is, first of all, yeah, the base has been set by someone else. But the world building or how they interpreted the world and how they build around it is pretty good. And I like that. Man, if you were more into anime, you would take the otherworld genre. Eh? Why? Like Little Nightmares. How would a kid fight hand to hand with an 8-meter tall humans with a hatchet, especially when a kid is the size of a rat? True. Kitsune, remember when I asked you what your age was, and you said it's below 18, but refused to say the exact number. But when Keeks asked about you, told him your exact age. He didn't ask me. Not on stream, at least. He didn't tell on stream. I'm very certain of that. I know Kitsune's age because we talked about it in private. And it's for very, very special... Like, the circumstances were just really, really unique. I understand Kitsune here. I have to protect Kitsune in that matter. Like, telling somebody his age while everybody can see on the internet versus telling somebody in private while having an enjoyable moment together or being in the right spot to do so, that is something very different. But it's more enjoyable using swords or guns. Depends on how it's implemented. If it's just boring swords versus like really versatile and interesting guns, for example in like if you use swords from like straight swords for a game, or the guns from Destiny, I would always go for guns in Destiny. But if you tell me that you have like swords like in like the strength swords in some Dark Souls games, I would go for swords as well. Have you watched the VHS movies? Those are crazy. Those are crazy hamburger. I haven't watched the VHS movies, to be honest. Because isekai genre, other world, is always the same story. OP characters who never take their story or the world seriously and always end up winning the most with almost no effort. Yes, I would hate that too. I do, yeah. That is also why I don't watch anime, because it's so over the top most of the time. Which is also why I never watched. I watched like some episodes of Dragon Balls because a friend was like, "Yeah, this is like such a cool series," and I basically stayed overnight at his place. To me, it was like, yeah, okay, they screaming, they're charging up. Yes, yes. Now they throw. Enemy does weird stuff and throws it back and people die. Cool. Wow. It was so over the fucking top, I didn't enjoy that at all. Purple Man, did you just insult the beautiful swords? And not taking the side of the random witchcraft? No, I didn't say that. You didn't listen, my man. I said it depends on how it is. For example, your sword, for example, Sir Wilhelm's sword. When I first played the DLC, that was the weapon I used because it's super fucking interesting. I like that one a lot. Even in PvP it was viable because like the weapon art where you like basically ignite your sword. Also, like the swipe deals damage, and implementing that into a combo was so fun. I loved that weapon. That's for an example for a really cool weapon. I would have liked it if there would be a bit more to it, but for what it was really cool. Kitsune. Man, I started reading that and I was like, wow, you're just really contradicting yourself. By the way, Keeks, if you don't like manga, one manga that I can recommend to start Like, why would I start if I don't like it? That's so weird. Hey, you don't like that? Here's something to start with that. You know what? I'm not making fun of you here, but it's... to be honest, if you think about it, like, from an outside perspective, it's kind of funny. You killed me in a DLC, you traitor. And what is a gun? I mean, you had a cool sword, I had to take it. And you didn't give it to me, so I had to. Keeks, what's your opinion on Dark Souls turning into an anime? Sekiro wasn't that good. Guns are superior to blades? Depends on the blade. Like, if you have Moonlight Greatsword versus a gun, Moonlight Greatsword probably wins. My man is casually shitting on Sekiro for no reason. I have good reason, if you have seen the series. It's on the channel. I have played Sekiro, I didn't enjoy it. Can you answer my question, please? No, because it's stupid. I don't want to offend you, but why should I answer that question? First of all, I never said that. I never said I'm not European. I don't know where you got that from. And then the follow-up question is just, why should I answer that? What about sword pistols? Well, there we have a good middle ground for both of them. Sword pistols are fire, man. There's like this one sword pistol in Bloodborne. I think it was called Reiterpalasch, if I'm not mistaken, but that was fun. Young man, the thing you are saying is total Bill crap. What is that? Bill Gates shitting on your fucking on your shoe. Look, Wilhelm, what? No blade can deflect a double barrel to the face. How do you know? Have you tried it? My brother in Christ, I swear I heard you say I'm not European, I'm German. Well, you heard wrong then. Because I never said that. Never, ever in my life. You know why I know, or why I'm so certain? Because otherwise, everybody in chat would say so. But you're the only one telling me so, so I don't know what you heard, but it's definitely not that. Germany is officially out of the EU. Take that. Yeah. We did the Dexit like a while ago, and now we're not part of the EU anymore. By the way, did England finally got back into Europe because they were crying that we wanted out? Then basically the entire economy was in shambles. Yeah, we want to get back into the European bin market. We can't go back because we're stupid. We want out of the EU, but we still want to stay inside of the EU. Fucking British people, man. It was so wild, the time when Brexit was a thing. Basically, everybody was worried, then they pissed off, and basically nothing changed. Except for them, like they were fucked, like completely. And it's so fucking funny. And they're still picking up the pieces, I think. The next update, God is moving Germany out of the EU. Yeah, we just, like, basically, then Europe has a giant, like, ocean in the middle of Europe. Then we just move next to America. Maybe teach them one thing or two. Oh, we just, everybody here becomes an idiot and fat. Germany is a DLC for Europe continent. Yeah. Now with new mechanics, like too much bureaucracy. And trains that are always late. Basically hard mode. Traveling without a driver's license, hard mode. Oh boy. Poland is a DLC for Germany. What the fuck, man? That's a good one. I don't know why I laughed about that. That's a rough one, man. Teach them a thing or two abroad. You're not allowed to make references to World War II, am I not? I mean... that was not what I was aiming for, but hey. If that's so, Brazil is hard mode. Brazil is just hard mode if you like want to keep your insides where they are. Imagine like getting up in the morning, browsing through like the internet, then seeing like your liver on sale. That's Brazil. Man, I feel left out. So I'm trying to blend in. That's commendable, but why do you feel left out? Exactly. What are you all talking about? We're currently talking about like livers being on sale in Brazil. Normal Sunday here. Saturday, sorry. I'm already really excited for tomorrow's event, or tomorrow's Prime League match. Even though I'm off roll. But yeah, I definitely know what you feel like, Emma. Sometimes when I'm like playing a game and I'm focused on the game and I'm looking at chat and basically everybody is talking to each other about one topic and I'm like, guess I keep moderating the game then. DLCs for countries. Oh, sorry. I didn't sleep very well. I think what the fuck did I do? I think I slept, like, yesterday I was, like, on the run the entire day. Basically, I got home at, like, 12. And I slept in at, I don't know, 4, and I woke up at 9, something like that. Yeah, I didn't sleep very well. I'm so fucking tired. Geeks is Russia like Germany's father? Hell no. Why should it? Not even close. Honestly, Germany doesn't really have a father. Because Germany basically grew on its own. For example, like, the roots of Germany go way back. Like if you talk about, we were talking about Roman Empire, basically. That way back. As soon as they crossed the Rhine River, they got slaughtered by basically the ancestors of Germany. And basically, then we had loads of tribes that basically did their own thing. And they basically became their own. Then they basically grew into kingdoms. And Europe basically looked like somebody with a shotgun basically just sprayed onto there. And then like France was like, yeah, we're gonna conquer the world. And then they got shit on. Then they said, yeah, let's conquer the world. And they got shit on. And then they said, yeah, let's conquer the world. And they got shit on. And eventually, because like the Germans were, or the German tribes or kingdoms were basically just, fuck this shit. Somebody said, hey, let's make a unified state. And that's basically how Germany came to be. It was mostly just single kingdoms. And then, which is also the reason why Germany has the highest number of castles than any other country in the world. Because there were so many kingdoms here. Oh, what the fuck, Hevel? Geeks, Rijkaard, or Melania? What the fuck? Both. Story of Europe in a nutshell. Yeah, basically, story of Europe in a nutshell. But it's the same as... The story of Germany is basically the same story as Europe in a nutshell. Basically, Germany is the historical embodiment of Europe. Did you feed Rijkaard today, Keeks, and the children in your basement? Oh, you haven't been here for that. He escaped a while ago. I don't know how he is. I think Rijkaard starved a long time ago. I don't know, he's probably living in the woods, being a boogeyman for children. I don't know. Mom, there's a pedophile in the forest. No, that's just a giant snake, man. What the fuck? I don't know. How, and you let that happen? Yeah, sure, why not? If I ever get a dog, I will call him Rijkaard. Yeah. You can feed on the gods together then. Do you know God backwards is dog? It's funny. pedophile snake. A pedophile with a snake, yeah. Please don't touch that pedophile snake, son. The fuck? If I ever get a friend, I will call him the living failure. That's also a good one. Haven't ever asked a question you don't want the answer to. That's good wisdom. That is pretty good wisdom, not gonna lie. I think I did say hi, Havel. I'm fairly certain I did. Kicks are sniffing? Are you a dog? No, I just have a very, very stuffy nose. You can't handle the truth. My wisdom isn't wisdomy. My nose isn't nosing. Yo, Kicks, do you think I'm annoying? Currently, I don't care about anything, really. I'm just trying to have a good time. Or I just want to have a good time, and that's what my focus is on. Maybe an allergic to reaction, Kicks? No, it's just me being me. It's just a temporary thing. Yeah, I've been tested on allergies. The only allergies I have is dust. Or dust, like these little critters that basically live in dust or whatever it's called. I've been pretty clean lately, so I don't think it's that. Just my nose is sometimes weird. It's not that big of a deal. My liver isn't livering. The fuck? I am the milkman. My milk is delicious. Do you like nuts? It's such a... After talking about peepees and milk, talking about nuts is probably not the best idea yet. Yeah, I have a bag of nuts that I'm gonna eat now. Have you ever eaten nuts? These nuts, yeah, definitely. Have you tasted them? I did. Some of them are more crunchy than others. Fitsu, what the fuck? I'm too drunk on Chantail. What's Chantail? Aren't you too young to drink? Or is the legal age for drinking in Brazil like, I don't know, 5? Funny thing about Germany. Most people start drinking in Germany when they are at the age of 15. No wonder why Emma doesn't talk to us sometimes. Yeah, relatable. I mean, sometimes the chat is just weird. "15, bruh. I only started drinking at the age of 90 when I lose my mind." Yeah, it's basically just Germany. Like, imagine as an American, you just turned like, I don't know, 21, you started drinking, and then you come to Germany and there's like a 15-year-old kid with his parents drinking a beer. Just casually. It's basically, you have to feel so stupid when you do that. "18, but so basically the age for drinking in Brazil is 18, but I have seen one of the aunts of an ex-friend of mine give beer to a 5-year-old. Wow, very responsible. That woman doesn't deserve to be shot." Emma's here to make sure that we don't commit war crimes. That's actually true. But honestly, on that topic, like, I myself, so often, because I'm such a, I was always pretty quiet guy, to be honest. Like, when other people are having a conversation, they just talk about something, I mostly sit next to them and just do nothing. Sometimes listen to them, sometimes I just try to look for something else or something more interesting. But I definitely relate to that. I just try and like, sometimes, for example, if somebody does a joke, I just chuckle with them, only to like not feel, first of all, for myself, to not feel excluded at all, and on the other hand, to just, well, make the others have a good time as well. Because if everybody's laughing, then nobody's like worrying, or they feel validated in what they do. Pigs would invade a fortress full of zombies in the 1700s with only a saber and a musket? Depends. What's in the fortress? Now yeah, there's only one correct answer for you to give me. Or to basically to say what's in there. I don't have any friends to talk to, so I don't have that problem. Yeah, that's also a way, I guess. One of the perks of not having friends is that you don't have to worry about others. I guess. On the other hand, you always have me. Like every one of you, if you have anything, can always text me on Discord. You're like most of you or all of you have my contacts in Discord. Yeah, showing attention to what people say so that they feel like they have that what they say has impact and encourage them to talk more, I guess. I'm a guy, like I have two kinds of friends. The kind of friends that always talk to me and then enjoy my presence, and I can just listen to and lean back while they talk. And the people I can just chill with, basically. That it's fine when we both say nothing and just enjoy everything. So if I want to have, like, if I want to be entertained, I have friends that entertain me. And if I just want to have a good time with someone, or just want to have a chill time with someone, I have that too. Which is really nice. But mostly I'm just there to be there. But I also, like, adapted some strains of others where I can also lead a conversation. I identify myself as a certain sense. Sometimes I suffer from what I call the spectator syndrome. Spectator syndrome. Yeah, true. The spectator syndrome is also something that I have, or that I adapted. That I also had to adapt to, like, in order to, like, fully, like, embrace my current, or basically to adapt what to the person that I am today. Yeah. I don't like to talk to people that much, but when I'm here, I always laugh and never feel like I'm unwanted. That is exactly what I was trying to achieve with this community. So I'm glad I can serve like that. And Mythics comes here to only talk, to enjoy and talk shit. Well, that's fine too. If you want that, that's also fun. Then I remember I robbed 2 liquor stores yesterday. What the fuck is wrong with you today? Yeah, I casually just walked in there and robbed them. I robbed the cashier and some drinks here and there. I'll never text you in private because I don't deserve it? You're so valuable as a person? You are crazy, man. Like, you're crazy in the sense of, why am I more valuable? Why should I? If you say because I did so much with my personality and stuff, fuck that shit. You probably, like, did 10 times more in your career as me. Everybody has, like, their like qualities and pros and cons, but in the end we are all just people, and that's it. And that's what should count. Seeing people as the people they are. And I personally had a wonderful time with you here, so why shouldn't I deserve to, or why shouldn't you deserve to type with me? I'm just like you. I'm just a guy. And if I can help you or anything, and I'm even giving you the go to like text me, and if you need help, I'm there. Or if you need, or even if you just need to talk to somebody, and I say I'm there for you, why not? No, Geeks is made out of purple or whatever that is. True. That tasted purple. Are you made of grape? Are you the maid of grape? I don't know. I can dress up if you want to. With like cat ears and whiskers. And a maiden costume. Sure. If yes, can I bite you? No. I don't drink the drinks, I resell them. Yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself. Geeks in his past life was a psychologist. I was probably like locked in a rubber cell, but yeah, sure. Let's call it a psychologist. No, you did much better in school and you got turned down 50 times in job interviews and you have friends and you try your best most of the time. And I don't have most of these. Why am I much better in school? I maybe had better marks, but in the end, we both finished class. We finished school. And now you're doing like university stuff. I never got into university. I can, but I won't. For other reasons. But I don't really have a career currently, so... Geeks in a maiden dress seems like dreams come true. Hey, Edel and Mythics, what about some fan art, huh? Get the ball rolling again. This chat is like Lake of Rot. And everybody's doing their part. Plus your personality. Now, thank you, but also you have your qualities as well. So it's like from human to human, everybody has their pros and cons. I like that you only see my pros, but I also have my cons, as well as you do, and as well as everybody does. There's nobody like. Nobody is like, yeah, I'm worthy talking to you, or I'm not worthy talking to you, or that's bleh. Yeah, I will bring some artwork soon. Oh boy. Like, it's been a while since we had like, it's been a while since the community had some like a good flow of memes and artwork. It's kind of stagnated, probably because I have stagnated a little bit, so it's kind of, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like last month we had 3 artworks. Or 2 basically, and that was it. Also something I have to say, like the entire set of the clips, that didn't work. Like last month we had how many clips? Maybe 7 clips. I can't make a video of that. We have to try this month again. And small little tip from me. If you're downloading the videos and editing them afterwards, wait until the video is fully encoded on YouTube. Because if you don't, you're gonna get lower quality. If you download the video as well, see that you download it in 1080p. And then edit it. And then upload it in 1080p as well. That has also been a big issue. Like most of the clips that got sent in, yeah, they were good, but they weren't really good. Like in terms of editing and and the content itself was good, but the problem with it was very low quality, which is sad, to be honest. Not for the person who uploaded it, but for me as a content creator. Like I really want to use them, but I can't. But I don't feel comfortable. Because if you ever catch, if your subs ever catch you IRL, you're done, man. Why? I mean, first of all, they will never catch me. Unless I go out of my way and reveal myself to the public. Which would probably not happen. And if so, for example, what I dream about is like, when I eventually leave YouTube or this planet or whatever, if I leave something that was dear to me, I want to leave it a better place. For example, so like a dream of mine is eventually opening up an animation studio and make stories. That would be really cool. That is something that can prevail once I'm gone and bring joy to people or make people's lives still better. You know what I mean? That's something I want to do eventually, but that, of course, that is a dream, and that basically is so far away and so uncertain and probably not happening. But for the small chance that I eventually have the capital or the money to do that, I will do that. Because again, I want to leave the world a better place, and I want to give people something they can look forward to every day. And that's basically the best way I can see that happening, to be honest. That needs a fuck ton of money. Yeah, exactly. That is the problem. But for the off chance that it actually happens, and Germany has good infrastructure to make that happen, that'd be really, 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 really cool. So yeah, basically, if that happens, and eventually I say, okay, I'm done with YouTube, I'm seriously done with YouTube, and I won't touch YouTube ever again. I will just focus on the studio or some other projects that I do. Then I will eventually reveal myself on a stage or on a stream. But other than that, probably won't happen. Like even if I have to, for example, if I employ people for that, they probably have to sign something where they just can't reveal my identity in public. Because that is basically what you can do is you can make here in Germany at least, the contract they sign can have a clause that basically says secrets to the company cannot be told somewhere else. Or you can't speak out company secrets in public. And basically my identity would be a part of that. Like Disney? No, not like Disney. More like Spindle Horse. Or the studio that basically Bivsy Pop is working with. Something like that. Or Glitch Entertainment. Something like that. Not like Disney, more like Glitch Entertainment or Spindle Horse. Something in that direction. Another thing I would also like to do is create an esport team. That would also be cool. Shit like that probably be really, really fun. True immortality is not achieved by a genie or by living forever, but by leaving your mark in the world and make people remember you even after you're gone. Yeah, basically. That is the goal. Or the goal is basically, when I'm gone and I can't take care of people myself and make their days better, I want to leave something that makes their days better. It's hard to achieve that, but I want to do that. Keeks, you're only 22 years old, but you have a lot of time. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But still, it's a very, very, very high ambition, and realizing that is very low chance. Plot twist, Keeks has cancer at the age of 23. Jesus. I hope not. I mean, I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was basically like, I don't want to really go or really want to go into a relationship, but there's so many guys walking behind, like on my tail, that it's basically really hard, and I don't know what to do. And I was like, listen, here's the thing. Going into a relationship, and we also talked about the different guys that were basically on her tail and basically what they wanted something from her. And basically what we were talking about was how they are, and she was also always like, but this guy is like pretty similar to me and stuff like that. And I was like, why does that matter? In the end, what matters is what can you give each other? In terms of personality and maybe perspective and stuff like that. How much do you profit from, or how much do you profit from being with each other? And that's what counts. What does this guy have to give you? Not just, hey, we are similar. Like, you can have totally different hobbies, but what he gives you on a personal level, with like, hey, here's a new world that I can show you. Here's a new way that I can show you. Here's something that you like. I don't know, whatever you're searching for, but it's basically comes down to what can he give you on a personal level. Not having a girlfriend is easier. Yeah, not really. Like, especially me, I really noticed how important a girlfriend is when I got diagnosed with depression. Because then I was like thinking back a bunch of times, and I probably like carried around depression for a long time. Very, very long time. So basically, back in the day when I had a girlfriend, she made that time so much easier, to be honest. So I wouldn't necessarily agree with not having girlfriend is easier. It's hard getting the girlfriend. That is the difficult part. I would agree with that. Getting the girlfriend is hard. And you might fail more, like often. But if you have one, that is also pretty neat. Especially if you finally find the one. It's okay if I don't do it again. I should take out my blade. Keeks is the Riz God. Oh, Jesus. Keeks, what's your opinion on AI girlfriends? I didn't even know that it existed up until now, but sure. Whatever makes people happy, I guess, but leave me out of it. Yeah, do it, but I don't want to be associated with you, okay? Keeks is just a part of from AI. What are these weird topics now all of a sudden? Like one of the more sensible things that has come into chat for the past, like, I don't know, 10 posts was stream elements. Jesus. Now you understand my pain, Keeks? What pain? You be having a lot of pain in this chat, and I be having lots of pain too. Or do you mean the pain with, like, not feeling included? Because I talked about that before. I sometimes have that too. But on other occasions I have games to play and I can just moderate them while chat is doing whatever they want. Or mostly whatever they want. Because I still have guardians like you and Kitsune in chat. Keeks, if you could go back in time and stop yourself from doing something, what would you do? I would stop myself from doing something stupid. Yeah, nah. Keeks is the embodiment of actually. I mean, it's funny, but nope. Probably not. The pain of not knowing what the heck is going. I had that multiple times. I actually had that multiple times. But again, on other occasions where I had games to play, and I was like, okay, then I'm gonna moderate the game. Why they do whatever. So yeah. I do know the pain, but I cope with it different. I had the possibility of coping with it better than now. Chat is blight town. Oh boy. Chat is blight town. Why do women live longer than men? Because they don't put a chainsaw to their face. And say, look, I can put my tongue on it and it won't cut me. That's why. Maybe go to the abyss. My man, we are in the abyss. There's only one way to find out if you are immortal after all. Just shoot me with a double barrel shotgun or what? I mean, nah, sorry, now I get it. What about the maid cafe? Who of you would be an employer? Or basically a cashier at the maid cafe. Kitsune would definitely be a good maid. Mythics probably too. Edelweiss probably too. me. You're too desperate. Ah, hell no. I would be the master. I'd probably be in my office. Just doing all the finances and stuff while you're out front on the register and basically being the guys that basically take the orders and stuff. And eventually I would probably like introduce like collars with chains on them. We role playing on the I'd be the client who steals the store armed. Would steal one of the, well, tomboys. But is it a normal maid cafe or does it have a backstory? Wow. What is a backstory for a maid cafe? Normal backstory is I'm a fucking crazy ass guy and I'm just owning people, I guess. And is it incredible that straight gays do the most gay stuff? True. That's actually true. Like, I talk so much like gay shit and stuff, but I'm so straight. If I would be female, I would be lesbian. That's how straight I am. But but yeah, when I talk to people, you probably won't notice. Or talk to my friends. I would never pull out a katana, otherwise. But I'm not gay. You don't have to be. There's a difference between femboys and domboys, I know. You know. Breaking news, purple guy opens a maid cafe and gets arrested after one of the maids is discovered to be underage. What? They wanted to work here. Katana is best for close spaces. Giving your enemy a blast to the face is always the best, and you can't do that with a katana. Also, I'm not a weeb. Why the fuck are you all agreeing to becoming someone's mate? Don't ask. I mean, it's a fair question, but why not? It's the counterpoint. Geeks, if you read Vagabond, you will become a weep. I will burn the book. Men's hearts keep secrets beyond female comprehension. That is probably true. That is, like, there are men who just want to be hugged. And, like, scratched on the head. Or the back. And just nothing else. Just lying there. Getting pampered. Like a little baby. And probably no woman ever will understand that. Emma can't be gay even if she wanted to, because she's a mythical creature called female. What the fuck, man? Among us, who would be a good mate if they were a female? Probably Blue. Blue seemed kind of sus. Sorry. If they say you need 4 hugs to survive, then I'm officially a rotting corpse. Yeah, me too. If dressing as a maid wasn't gay, I'd do it. You probably have a costume ready for that to occur. Not even for money, just because I can. Lou would be a good maid. Especially back in the day when he had long hair. Lou is a pretty girl. Did I stutter? People saw me in a maid skirt, they think I'm trans. Like, honestly, if you have the body of a female body, but you're just hairy. Wow. Respect. That's an achievement of itself. Kitsune is still soft as a baby's butt. Hell, I don't know what being hairy is like, or Scottish. Hair, where did that come from? Chat is filled to the brim with Scarlet Rod and Dragon Rod. True. To be honest, I'm taking part in that as well. And what the fuck is... I mean, when we did the Elden Ring playthrough, we had a lot of, like, ego breath that was thrown at us. So no wonder everybody is just a rotting corpse at this point. I can do 2.5 push-ups. Wow! You know that Keeks' shackle is available in the store, and it's mostly just a collar with a chain on it. For €5, you can also buy, like, a gaping ball. It's like a 2-in-1 package. I'm canonically stronger than half of you. Probably not, but sure. What's a gaping ball? Don't Google it. I won't tell you what it is. I can do push downs, but... The Chuck Norris treatment, I just push down the earth. What is gaping? It's basically your ping in-game is shown in green, but gaping is just yellow, and not yellow, pink instead of green. That's gaping. Curiosity killed the cat. My condolences. Can we please go towards another... I shouldn't have said that. Let's go towards something else. The more you know. What do condolences mean? Basically, if some... It's something you say basically when you, like, feel sorry for somebody. Let's talk about Keeks' balls. Why should we do that? My god. I think Emma would enjoy talking about my balls a lot. Yeah, sure. That's a good topic. Come on, Havel. No. Get out there. Mythic's done bad for Keeks. True. The Mythics would probably be my the fucking maid mom. If that makes sense. How do we invade Poland? Basically, tell them they attacked you. And then you actually attack. But because you told everybody that they attacked first, you're fine. You only gave, you're the one receiving it. It feels like a compliment. What the fuck? Who'd be the best housewife here? Probably Mythics. I don't know how old Mythics is, but I think he's basically capable of handling a household from a household to himself or on himself. And Mythic's probably the most loyal. Nah, he's not the most loyal, but he has pretty high loyalty. Let's put it like that. Why not me? You're underaged. You can't be a wife if you're underage, my man. Who's the best mother? Yeah, that's what I said. You would be basically the maid mom. Like if somebody doesn't like do what you tell them, basically pull out the whip. That's Mythics. The fuck, man? I mean, Mythics is that good guy in the group. Yeah, he is a good-ish guy, I would say. I mean, nobody here is really one of the good guys, I think. We just get along very well, I would say. Don't use Reddit. If you're a Redditor, you're just dead to me. Reddit is... I don't like Reddit. Now we battle till death. Come on, Reddit is garbage. That's just pure rot in there. .4chan is also the same. I haven't heard about 4chan in ages, my man. Twitter doesn't exist, Kitsune. It's X now. Nah, I'm joking. I think the only platform I have is Instagram, and that's only for memes. And that's it. I never really got into like this entire like social media cosmos. I had Snapchat for a while and it got so annoying that I just deleted it immediately. I hated Snapchat. Let's not bring politics into our dog shit talk. Okay, guys, Obama, the secret identity of Batman. What the fuck? Tomorrow you're gonna see some artworks about geeks as a mate. Some? Multiple? What the fuck? What? Do you have any, like, I think you have too much free time on your hands, my man. Jesus. Is demigod, in your opinion, Cakes and Ring? Let me just see. Yeah, Millennia. It's not even a contest. Well, you guys have to go now. Bye, Kitsune. I wanted to say bye, Keeks. What the fuck? Bye, Kitsune. Have a good time, man. See you. But yeah, best demigod by far, Millennia, probably. Bye, Geeks 20. Leave me alone. It's late here and I'm pretty tired. I should probably go to sleep, or like at least try to sleep. That'd probably be a good idea. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I think I'm going now, but it was nice having a conversation with you, just casually talking about random stuff. By the way, small reminder before I leave the stream. Remember to use the clip options on YouTube for this month, so we can actually have a monthly best of next month, basically. So keep that in mind for next time we're gonna stream. Maybe even for tomorrow. Tomorrow again. Don't keep it in your mind. 15 o'clock Central European time tomorrow is gonna be, or no, 1450 actually, 1450. There's gonna be a stream about the Prime League, us playing in Prime League. You can see me there. And it's gonna be hosted by the Lone Wolf. So make sure to have that in mind. And yeah. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, please consider sharing it. And if you want more interaction with the community, or you want to know what's going on my end, there is a link in the description below that leads to our Discord community server. So if you haven't checked that out, I highly advise doing so. And with that out of the way, I wish you all the best, and we see each other the next time. See you!